how do we do the work and after, what's the result, so that you can see what can we accomplish and what does this do to the impression of the garden. So for example, edging, does it matter or not? And the difference also between doing edging with this, with the edging iron, and just cutting the edge with the shear, with the edging shear. So that's it's good to look at the areas before you start and make a documentation before you start, so that you can see the effect of what you're doing, and also that's something that you can use to promote yourself. Look, this was the look before I came, and then I did this excellent work, and now it's this beautiful. So yeah. And we have to communicate why it is important all the time to our colleagues and to our bosses and to the visitors, and so nowadays gardeners are we have to communicate a lot and explain why we are doing what we do. We have measurements at some places, but we will not use the original designs by Carl Wilhelm Karlberg today, and start with that. We don't use that so often when we do the lawn edging, but sometimes when we clip the hedges and or do other jobs, we have a look at and we check the original measurements. And Daniel, I think you have them all stored safely in your head, all the original measurements.
Of course I do.
Like a symphony.
Wow.
Yes. So what will we start with?
Well, there is a particular regimen, is that a word? Yeah. To make this work a little bit more smoothly. And we always start with the grass mover, a cylinder mover, like this one, because we don't, when we are cutting the edges, or when we are cutting the edges, we don't want to walk in the grass and put it down. So we cannot cut it after. So it's better to cut first and make the edge later. For today, maybe we don't have enough time to do all of it. We will see, but at least the very edge of it, so we won't walk in uncut grass. And the cylinder mover, I don't know. It is a historical tool, but from the 19th century, it's not the 17th century, but it's quite good for this kind of lawns, where it's small and a bit steep. You cannot go here with a riding lawn mover in an easy way. You will make cuts in the lawn, which would be very ugly. So to make it a bit neater, we use the real push mover. And the blades, they throw the grass at different... this particular one throws it to the right. So, because I don't want grass in the gravel, I choose a direction where it throws the grass in the lawn, into the lawn. I will show you. And also, since we have a bit higher lawn than gravel, I need to have the left wheel a bit outside the lawn. I cannot go too closely, or I will cut into the lawn itself, down into the soil. One turn, especially when it's a little bit steep, I can turn around this way I will throw the grass to a place where I've already cut, and it won't follow into the uncut grass, making it more difficult for each turn when I'm cutting the lawn. So it's a good way to start one direction and then turn the other direction for the rest of it. The lawn edges have been growing past its place. It should be aligned with the stones. But it isn't. That's bad maintenance. And we're gonna correct that today. So the next step, we always think about the lines. It should connect from one side to the other. So on the side where I just moved the lawn, we have to put a string from one end to the other for the next lawn. And that's how the line should be. But perhaps today we focus on cutting the lawn with the edging iron at the worst places, and we try to use the edging scissor on the less bad edges. I think. Is that alright?
Yeah, it's alright. So the edging iron you probably only use once a year, say?
Yeah, at the maximum once a year, I would say. Because also in the autumn or early spring.
Right.
So it's easier for maintenance the rest of the year, or in the high season. Because the scissor is quite fast to use, but the spade is a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
It takes a lot more time. And also because you remove much more soil.
Yes, the temptation.
Change the area.
Yeah. But yeah, we try to do it once a year. Usually we don't have time to do it once a year. And many times it's also not in need of doing it once a year. So it really depends. But when you have a neat, newly cut edge from the spade, it's very easy to go with the scissor and keep it that nice and neat and perfect for the rest of the season.
It's not possible to get a nice result with only this. You have to start with this to use the edging iron, and ultimately once a year I think that's good. And then to cut the our goal is to do it every third week, but we're not succeeding always. But then you keep the edges sharp, and it's also when you start to do different things with the surface, when you are freeing the lawn or letting the lawns flower, then the edge becomes even more important, because if you leave everything, people will start to question that. Why is this is total neglect? They don't have gardeners, they don't have money. What are they doing at Gunnebo? So, but if we take care of the edges, we show that yes, this is intentional. We keep the flowers for historical credibility and also for biodiversity. We want to show this more historically correct lawn. So the edge is even more important if you are not mowing the lawn twice a week or once a week.
So how often are you mowing the lawn?
With a push wheel mower, yeah, this is we have to. This is also very interesting, I would say. The push wheel mower decides the frequency. The tool designs the frequency. It doesn't work with the lower frequency. You have to do it. You can wait maximum 10 days. Otherwise, it gets too heavy. It doesn't work. And that's the finesse with the side. You can use whatever frequency. You can go out every day, or you can go out once a year, and the tools does work in all kinds of frequencies. So that's really nice. Most modern tools
weather.
In all kinds of weathers as well. Yeah.
So this wouldn't work in the rain.
No.
Get all sticky.
So it's we cannot we cannot wait more than so we have to do it once a week, or maximum wait 10 days to do it with this tool. And that's the same. Many modern tools are designed to work in a specific frequency, and they are made to work in this intense maintenance regime that does not really promote biodiversity. So if we are changing now our goals in the gardens, we also need other tools.